Pretty hot. It's pretty
Yeah.
hot outside.
And weekend has been busy. I actually tabled for my job at Tacoma Pride yesterday. And so
Oh,
we were out
good.
there. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. No, how about you? How has your week been? How are you doing? What's new with
I'm doing
you?
well.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So I go for a walk every morning,
Uh-huh.
uh, anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour.
Sure.
And so because I have my hearing aids, which are also um, Bluetooth, so
Uh-huh.
I can listen to
Yeah.
music, right?
Yes. Yeah,
So I'm getting more decisive about, what I want to listen to. So this morning I thought, well, before I set out, I want to choose an album. I listen to the album,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
This is going somewhere. Okay, there's a point to
Oh
this,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
this is the
yes.
preamble. Okay, it's the preamble. So, and I thought it just popped into my head. There was an album that I played a lot many years ago. You were very young. Your mother liked it. I liked it. It was Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so, and I knew then, you know, that he wasn't considered to be top tier, right? But
Sure,
he,
sure.
but,
Yes.
but I didn't think he was as cheesy as Neil Diamond. But I liked Neil
Uh-huh.
Diamond anyway,
Sure.
even though
No,
he
right.
was
Yeah, yeah.
cheesy.
Yes, yeah.
So,
But
so,
yes, and yes.
so I listened to Bob Seger.
Uh-huh.
I listened to the album.
Yeah.
It's very good. I mean,
Yes.
the guy's
Yes.
his lyrics are good. He's on the
Yes.
road.
Yes.
It's not
He's on the
stupid. It's not.
road.
No,
No,
I mean it's
yeah,
not
yes.
soppy.
Yeah.
It's it's
Yes.
it's blue collar-ish, but
Yes.
not
Yes.
pretentiously so.
No.
It's I think it's a great album. It's great
Uh-huh.
music.
Yeah.
So I come back and I sit down. I said, what happened to Bob Seger? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So Google Bob Seger. Well, guess what? Bob Seger is he's 7 days older than me.
Okay.
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 And he's basically retired because
Okay.
he had a very complicated upper spine
Uh
procedure.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
um, anyway, but I don't know, but the point is, he's my age. He's had
Yeah.
a spine operation. I mean, like,
Yeah.
okay, so why? And then I see, was he in the Rock and Roll? Yes, he is in the Rock and Roll
Yes,
Hall of
sure.
Fame.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
well, who inducted him? All right, Kid Rock. So
What do you remember what year? It was probably a while.
2004, I think
Okay, yeah, no, a while
2004.
ago. We all liked. I mean, Kid Rock was fine then. I mean,
No, I know, but it's still. So what 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 I've been thinking about, and it's very pretty shaky at the moment,
yes,
but it has to do with um, personality and marketing in the rock music business.
yes,
Not to suggest that people like John Lennon or Mick Jagger or Eric Clapton or Bruce Springsteen aren't as good as they are,
right,
but that there is an element, perhaps, or there has been an element in their success,
yes,
which has had to do with a combination of, I don't want to say completely education, but a certain sophisticated ability
right.
to get on with people like Ahmet Ertegun or whomever, who
Uh huh.
themselves are pretty sophisticated
Yes,
people, you
yes,
know. And I'm not saying it about snobbery, but I'm saying that Mick Jagger was, he was at these New York's social parties very
yes.
early
Oh yeah,
on.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, and these are very powerful people in the music business, and
Right.
you're not going to get Bob Seger to a Park Avenue dinner. No, I
But
don't
no,
think so.
you,
Not
I
because
don't.
he's
No.
stupid or
Right.
uneducated,
Right.
but
Uh huh.
it's not. It's not a. Um, I don't know. It's just not a rail he's on or was on, or
Right.
so. But
Yeah.
maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't matter, and that the music moguls choose whoever they think is best, and it doesn't really matter. But I think there's a degree to which if the person is very, very good and they get on with them and they like them and they
Yes.
and
Oh
they
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
can have an intelligent conversation with them,
Yes.
that they're going to get attention. That's
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
I don't want to take it too far.
No,
I
but
think
sure.
so. Like, I mean, maybe I'm also equating it to some degree with the fact that I know and I do believe that there are maybe not so many now, but there were very, very good painters in the 60s and 70s
Yes.
who I think were as good as the
Oh yeah.
many who made it very,
Yes.
very well. And
Yeah.
the fact that they didn't make it
Yes.
really had to do with not getting the right representative. I
Right.
mean, luck and personality. Some of them actually just were their own worst enemies,
Yep. Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
sense. But basically, it also had to do with uh, not being able to maneuver
Right.
the
Sure.
business when it became a business
Yes.
for them,
Yes.
or looked like it might be. They didn't know how to do it.
Right. No. Sure. Or and then again, I can't speak for these artists. I wasn't there, but knowing similar, weren't interested. I mean that when they
Yeah,
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 when they
yeah,
realized that that was
absolutely.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. No, I want to address all of that, ending with Mick Jagger only because he's been in the meeting. I was going to bring him up to you, and actually, this ties right in with that. But let's start with Bob Seger. Bob Seger, I think you mentioned working class. I think he gets tied in with John Cougar Mellencamp, sort of Bruce Springsteen, but Bruce Springsteen managed to sort of transcend it, like you said, and it like fills arenas. I think Bob Seger. The problem with Bob Seger is he is seen to me, and I don't know, as sort of elevated bar band. Like he's not, but it's original music. But it is the type of thing. It is what you would hear from a bar band. But it's intentional. He plays that
but
style.
he sings about it
Yeah,
too.
no, no, right,
He
exactly, right.
sings about being a bar band.
Right, no, and so, but that, I guess, and then people just took it too literally, or took it too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but Billy
No, I
Joel
agree.
again.
Yeah.
Billy Joel also sung about the Piano Man. But when Billy Joel sings about working class, when he sings about working on a fishing boat, you're like, that's never been your life, Billy. You've been a rock star your entire life. You know, like you've never been a seeing you fantasize about it, but you're not a longshoreman. You're not a, but. So
No,
yeah, his doesn't ring sincere at all, though. But he writes that style well. He also writes that style of on the road, and I don't know.
yes.
Okay, but then back to the more the interest and desire and the just sort of again, some of it comes with oftentimes nepo babies, whether their parents are directly in the industry or they are just economically advantaged and so raised around, like you said, a society where people talk a certain way, behave a certain way, and so they fit right in. They went to the right colleges, no matter what their parents actually did, but especially if their parents are in the industry and they grew up around it. I just discovered that Steven Spielberg's daughter is an actress and director. I mean, probably not surprisingly, but I don't know. She's a little bit later in life. I don't know what she was doing earlier, but yeah. Anyway, but no, the people, yeah, interested, not interested around that. I think, I think that there are a lot of artists who are very talented and have no interest in self promotion, have no, and or just that they couldn't do that. And then Mick Jagger in particular, it's just interesting. There's a comedy bit from a few years ago. He's obviously doing all these interviews now because they have a new album out. But they basically just called him out on being like just completely not living in a realm of reality. And he said he never saw the comedy bit, but he acknowledged it. Yeah, he when you have 20,000 people screaming your name for 50 years, it's very. He said it's hard to stay grounded, to live in among normal people. So of course he's always been in that. I mean the joke. Yeah, they made the example like, can you imagine Mick Jagger asking someone to borrow their they're
Yeah,
coordinated, like just a very human. He doesn't do human things. Other
he
people.
doesn't do that, but he did a long interview in the New York with the New
Uh huh.
York Times,
Uh huh.
and he addressed that, and he
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
basically
No.
also said
Yes.
he said, I go out, I buy the New York Times, I walk down the street. He said, but I he it doesn't work. I mean, it's
Well,
not that,
no. He.
and
Well,
it
yeah.
wasn't about his ego. It was just about
Yes.
the fact that he spent his life being this person,
Yeah. 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 No.
um,
Yes.
and he enjoys
Sure.
it.
Sure.
Um, he's claimed to enjoy writing writing songs quietly better, more than performing,
Sure. Sure.
but he still
Absolutely. No. Yes.
wants
Um.
to perform. He did say something quite interesting, though, which was he said that I think it had to do with big arenas, and he said that he in the early days they toured with Little Richard a
Yes.
lot,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and he was amazed at the way that Little Richard could um, not manipulate the audience, but
Yeah. Yes.
bring everybody in,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is not an easy thing to
And
do.
it
They're
is.
not just project out,
But
but
no. But
kind
sure.
of.
Yeah. Yes. No.
And
Yeah.
he wants to do that. He said
Yeah.
that would be his goal, but it's very difficult to do that
Yeah.
with you've got a huge arena too,
Yes.
I guess.
No, and
Um,
they're well, no, and they're a perfect example because they've been called like the world's greatest bar band. They went very, very far with just 12-bar blues, and
yes.
and yes, and the music. I do believe he likes writing the music. I do believe it's about that, but it is in service of they've always been on tour. I mean, even right after Charlie Watts died, they're a touring, working band. That is who they are, and that's yeah, no, I definitely respect that. No, but back to the part that jumped out at me, and again, I'm not to is that he said it's an effort, that it takes an effort to remain grounded, that's something he actually has to work towards. Which no violins for the rock stars, but that is sympathetic to me. That I can understand if you are in that world, just to you see examples of celebrities just enjoying a simple thrill of being able to walk among people. I heard Tom Holland entered, the current Spider-Man entered a Spider-Man look-alike contest and lost. So, uh,
Yeah,
uh,
that's good.
I
That will take you down a peg or two, I guess.
like many. I think he's not as tall as people expect him to be in real life. I think is what one thing that maybe was. But no, yeah. What else? No, what else have you been thinking about? What else is on your mind?
Um, let's see. Um, uh, Lindsey Graham dropped dead after talking to Donald Trump, but I guess that's
I'm not. We're not saying there's a and I'm not laughing. I mean, I don't, and I genuinely don't celebrate anyone's death, but I also don't. No, what I will note, and I'll just note, is how mean spirited from the right. I mean, he did everything right. He did everything. He licked all the right boots. He groveled in all the right ways. He upheld everything. He voted against everything. And really, all it takes for them is his name is Lindsay, and he'll never quite be. And he was and confirmed bachelor. I mean, they don't. I mean, yes, it's mean
Oh,
spirit.
I see. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
Oh,
I don't know,
oh,
but I
oh, well, confirmed bachelor, yeah, is the
yeah.
not so subtle code.
But
Um,
he was never accepted. I mean, and that's the thing. That's what I think. That's what you get for okay. And then this ties in because you mentioned the New York Times. Did you read or have you heard the discourse following their "gay not queer" article? They ran an article, and it's basically not new. I mean, you hear the same thing in racial politics. If you just play right, if you just be a little bit less flamboyant, if you just play the game, it's this acceptability politics. But basically, the New York Times ran something that said, I'm gay, not queer.
I
Stop being
read
so.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I read actually I read half of it and then I gave up on it because I
Good.
thought
Yeah,
this guy's like this guy is not I don't know. I mean, I I grew up on queer
Yeah.
being both uh, self-sardonic and
Yes.
at the same time properly descriptive.
Yes.
And when Quentin Crisp was a young man, there were no other words,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he was, and I grew up with a generation that actually um, probably thought gay was a bit funny to them after being
Right.
queer.
Yes.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
but what the hell if the world wants that? That's okay. But
Yeah.
I read that, I thought this is one of I shouldn't say this, one of these suits guys, one of these guys in a suit.
Yeah.
I
Well.
mean,
Right.
he could be Republican. I mean, he could be. I don't know what does he want the world to. I mean, also, I I don't know. I mean, I've been watching some clips on Instagram. Some of them are lesbian comedians. They're
Yes.
absolutely hilarious,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they're taking the piss out of themselves and everybody else.
Sure. Yes.
But isn't there what gay comedians have been doing that for years?
Yes.
Are they not allowed to do that anymore because it's cruel, or it's is it have gay people got to be straight now? And
Well,
it's,
no.
you know
Well,
what I
no. Okay.
mean?
Well, no. I think it's a
You have to
couple things.
behave in a certain way.
I think. Okay. Well, no. I think there are a few things tied there. One, it's the whole. Well, what to me the article both is and complaining about, which is save it for our own private spaces. But again, if this author was sincerely talking to other gay people, they would have published in the gay press. The fact that they chose the New York Times means, let's start with, they are pandering to a primarily straight audience to say, hey, I'm different from them. So let's just start there. I'm glad you abandoned the article because this is the basic
Yeah, I
premise.
just
And
yeah.
if you have the privilege, because this is exactly how straight presenting, mostly white men took over the gay movement almost immediately in the 60s. It started with trans people who have no choice to fit in, have no choice. When you are 6'4" and you people who have no and so when it's about fitting in, if we just tried a little bit harder, and again, there's the gay community, but also you can make this parallel to race. You can make this parallel to women in the workplace. You can make this parallel to if you just fit in more, if you just play their game. And to me, no, they will never accept you. You can do that. They will always use you as an example. Look at the good one behaving this way, not those other bad ones, but they will never fully accept you. You are a pawn and a tool that they are using against other people, and you can play. Again, there are black MAGA, there is gay MAGA, and they're voting against their own self-interest, but I can't stop them from doing that. I can't stop them from. I mean, some of the richest. Peter Thiel is gay. Sam Altman is gay, and I can't. That to me, that is a quandary. What would make you support the things that they support? But that's their choice as a human being.
No, that yeah. In a way, it's a. I mean, that's a consequence. Is that a consequence of coming out? Because
Which
the art world that I grew up in was filled with men who were gay and quite, I mean, before Stonewall, proudly gay and
sure,
usually
yes,
effeminate,
yes,
and no, I don't know anybody who 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 judged them. I mean, they were part of the community. They were
yes,
actually an essential part of the community.
yeah, yeah, yes,
They
yes,
were an essential part of the community,
right.
and they were as different as someone else might be different, but not, and but the idea then when you yeah, and if somebody said, well, so and so, such of a banker, he's gay. Well, you'd think poor guy because he's obviously got his parents or whatever, and he's got to wear a three-piece suit.
Right. No. Right. Right.
He
Yeah.
can't
No.
put rouge
Yes.
on his cheeks,
Yes.
cheeks
Yeah.
like Harold Stevenson,
Yes.
who says,
Yeah.
"I'm the queerest man ever come from Idabel, Oklahoma,"
Yeah.
and so yeah, but I find it a little bit sinister, but I don't, I mean, it's maybe the
Yeah.
wrong word to use.
No,
I
well,
don't know.
I am
But
backtracking. Sorry.
I'm saying, therefore, I think if you're gay,
Yeah.
you have to behave in a certain way.
Right. No. Well. Right. But again, if you want to, you don't have to be flamboyant. But and not everyone is. But no, I'm backtracking a little bit because I realize if you are as rich as Peter Thiel or Sam Altman, then people genuine then even in those circles, then you are accepted. So I guess there is one thing that does transcend it all, and that's money. Always. So you can, if you are very wealthy. So even Quentin Crisp, again, if you're a celebrity or wealthy, that's a little bit different.
Well, he spent his life actually in one room, not daring to come out. It was only at
Oh,
the begin. It was at
yeah,
the very beginning of his life.
yeah,
He was out and about,
yeah,
and then because my
yeah,
uncle looked after him, he was on Jubilee Place,
yeah.
dressing like an old lady, and then he was kind of well, and then he wrote the book
Right.
about the naked
Yeah,
civil servant,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and at the end of his life, he enjoyed this
Sure. Yeah,
celebrity.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Uh, but good for him.
yes.
But yeah,
But no, okay, back to the words. Words are claimed and reclaimed. What is my word and your word? And I think that's a whole separate conversation, within communities. I don't like that word. It doesn't sound right to my ears. I didn't grow up with that. And I think that again is often used is a tactic and tool used by those who are very organized to separate people in really artificial ways. I personally, yeah, and then what was the, yeah, how you, something else you said, um, yeah, no, I don't know, but coming out, um, yeah, no, I don't know, I just think, again, acceptability politics is a trap, be, and Oh no! Oh no! Conformity and just this whole. But we are in a space where they whoever they are very pushing conformity. Pete Hegseth again bringing up this beardos thing in the military, knowing full well that everyone who's in the military who has a beard, because it is, I mean, it's part of the code, either has a medical or a religious exemption, and he would know that, or he should know that. So
well, he's against beard.
well, I guess. I mean, it's it's kind of a weird cross to die on, but I mean, it's a
Does he know J.D. Vance has a beard?
well,
Does he
right? No,
know
exactly. I
that?
mean, that's a yes, but no. But again, it's about this very I mean, it's so easy to compare them to the 1930s Germans, but this sort of uniformity thing that they. Um,
Well, then they should have dueling scars and monocles. So,
yeah.
and no, it is. It's a very superficial. It's basically what it is. It's completely superficial,
Right. No.
and it has nothing to do with the job at hand or the calling.
Which
Or
they
whatever.
claim over and over to be about meritocracy, and yet everything about the way they operate seems to would indicate otherwise. I mean, it's all
Well, but because his idea of fighting a war is obviously, and we know this now, is gladiatorial.
yes,
And
no,
yet
right, yeah,
we,
yeah,
we,
yeah,
we now have we now have um, I mean we have deadly drones that can be
yeah.
built and operated by women. I mean there's absolutely
Oh,
no
yeah,
reason
no,
why
no, oh,
anybody
yeah,
has
no,
to be
exactly.
anything
Yes,
to
yes,
fight with drones. I mean
yeah.
it's
But I mean, and it part of this is why trans and gay, all of it is such a threat to them. Their whole structure is built on, but it has to be men. And if that crumbles, then so they have to. I mean, they have to artificially prop it up. They have to. Yeah, it has to be men. It has to be straight men. It has to be clean shaven, short. Yeah, but yeah, that's a
but
fantasy.
that's a real throwback to the Roman Empire probably.
Which, yeah, the
No,
last
I
time.
mean
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The last time we talked about this, because it became a meme maybe a year or two ago, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Men apparently said all the time. Women said never. You and I both said never. I guess the Odyssey is coming out, so we can. I guess people at the highest levels, people like Elon Musk, they think that way. They talk that way. The Roman times gladiator. It's not so they and it's like, but yeah, that was a pinnacle 5,000 years ago, but that doesn't mean, I don't know, but but I guess with the Odyssey coming out, expect much more of that thinking and that talk and that to be, I don't
But
know.
I think that that Roman Empire
Mm.
is Hollywood's Roman Empire.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not Shakespeare's Roman Empire,
Sure, 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 sure. Yeah.
which is much more subtle, nuanced,
Yes, yes,
interesting,
yes.
and
And like, yes, and like, yes,
and Julius Caesar. I mean, you're
yes,
talking about actual stuff that you could relate to on a human level,
yes,
but
yeah,
still, it has to do with worlds colliding.
yes.
So, yeah, but this is no, it's Hollywood. It's William Wyler, whatever the guy who did those Ben-Hur,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
exactly
with
what
the
Pete Hex's dad must have dragged him to all of those
yes, yeah,
movies. You
yeah, yeah,
see,
yeah. Well, yes.
this is these oiled, well-muscled men. That
yes, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going there, but but he
Yeah,
does.
I know, I know. Again,
So
why does he like his men so smooth and clean shaven? It seems to be a personal preference that I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just observing. Yeah, no, exactly. Right,
yeah. Anyway,
we've kicked the Republicans. How about Grant Plattner? I mean, how did what? And now I'm getting. I'm assuming you still get all the emails that I get. I got one immediately from Maine Democrats. We're in a panic. We have no candidate. Send us money. This is completely
uh,
self-inflicted. I mean, this you had months and months. You nominated a guy with Nazi tattoos. This is completely self-inflicted. It's
yeah.
fine.
I don't know.
You finally did the right thing. I don't know. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
I sent to spam. I mean, I get these urgent messages
Yeah.
from all over the country from people I've never heard of
Yes.
saying, "Dear Mike, dear Michael, I'm Jessica.
Yep.
I'm calling again to tell you that I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, I
No.
don't. I
Okay.
did. I
But
did.
is yeah.
The only time I did recently, and this is kind of bizarre. I don't know,
Yeah.
was when I I got a a donation plea from our mayor, and I
Yeah.
sent him another $25
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
to run in 2029.
Absolutely. Yes. No. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
That's
I feel like I know the guy, and he's
um.
he's got a job. But this guy Plantner, he was on welfare, right? They
Okay.
found him. He was
Yeah.
on welfare.
Okay.
He's damaged, but I mean I feel sorry
Sure.
for him.
Yeah.
But he's also I don't feel sorry for him if he's beating up women or
Right.
doing
No.
what
Exactly.
his wife told people he's doing.
Right. No, I
I
mean
mean,
that's the
she's told
thing.
people.
He was vetted. He was vetted. Someone in a room said, "Okay, but we're going to run with this guy anyway." I mean, let's think about this. And again, he says, he has this Nazi coded tattoo, and again, my area is not politics, but my area is tattoos. People get tattoos that they don't accidentally, but then they cover them up or do something, or you don't. I didn't know it was a Nazi tattoo. Is fine when you just got out of prison and are applying for a gas station job, but that's when you're like the people in a room knew all of this. They did all the things you're supposed to do for a politician. They ran the reports and then decided they picked him anyway. So these are the candidates they're going with. They're not, but they want to present themselves as a viable option, but I understand it's Maine,
Well,
and so it's a little bit different, but I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, on the way up to this house, we drive by a tattoo removal place.
Yes, yeah, you get them
I mean,
removed.
somebody could have given him $50 and said, "Okay, go get it, get rid of it."
It's not actually that easy. I know, and it's not actually that easy. But if you're
Well,
running for office and you're sincere, and it's and you know what it means to have a image that could even possibly be questionable as a Nazi, you do something. But I don't know. You do something about it. You do more of a you. There's more than I didn't know. And then all the stuff with the women and I mean, more of it kept coming out. But you don't wait for it.
What was appealing about him?
Right. No, I don't know. But I don't know their
He
logic.
doesn't seem to have been ardently ideological, was he?
Right.
Or
No,
he just
no, I
talked
don't think there
about
was. Yeah, I don't
putting
know.
bread on the table, the usual stuff. I don't,
Yeah,
and he was a working class hero,
sure, sure, sure.
or not a hero,
Yeah.
but they got to be. I mean, the point is, in Maine, there must be guys like that in every other house. I mean,
I mean,
right? I mean, you
right. And then part of it is, and especially the last few months and especially weeks, this whole idea of sunk cost, where we've already put so much into this, but that should never. I mean, the same thing with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, but the same thing with, I don't know. I think, yeah,
Oh, yeah, you mean throwing
the fear
good money
of,
after bad
yeah, exactly.
and
Um,
saying it's too late to change.
right, but it's well, it's never too. What's the point? I don't know. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like you said, throwing good money after bad. You're not. But I guess I don't understand how they reason when they must see the same news reports everyone else does, but dig in their heels. Not the candidate. The candidate's always going to wait until the last actual moment until they're really forced by their people. But the people around them, I don't understand why they. Yeah, I don't know. Um, but I
Because it always ends like this, doesn't
yeah
it?
yes yeah I mean yes right
Does
no
it? Well,
exactly
maybe
exactly.
not in this,
No,
maybe not in Texas. I don't know.
well,
Maybe
right. No, well, I mean, not at least for the left, it does it. I mean, for the right, it does it. For the right, they can just
for the
bluster
right,
and
they can, yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
at least for the left, sooner or later, it always ends like this, and they should know that. So I'm, yeah, no, yeah. Um, but again, I don't know. Hopeful-ish for the midterms. I think economics, like we keep talking about, stay on people's minds, and they have no, nothing for that. Even the big beautiful bill that they thought they were in a campaign on, people are very sour on. People really the cuts to benefits, the cuts to are real. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, it was interesting to me when they passed it, because I thought I knew that there were delays, but and maybe I don't know if there were like specific like limits to how long they could delay certain things jumping in. But I thought that's like 6 months before the midterms. But again, that's a choice that the Republicans made that we'll see how that goes. that those real working class Americans are discovering, that yeah
Well,
expect
I think Trump's policy is to try to disenfranchise as many as people as possible before the election, and he claimed but he will claim the election
right. I mean, it's
is corrupt anyway. He's already doing. I mean,
yeah,
he's set the stage for that.
yeah.
He's interfering in that.
And
Um,
he's really relying on, because it's obviously it's not just him, on a whole network of people now. People finding the votes. Um, uh, after the
yeah, well,
U.S. Yeah.
either preventing the votes of the people who he feels probably will vote
Yes.
against him,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yes. Preventing the
demanding
votes too. Yes.
demanding driver's licenses or whatever
All
from
that
people
stuff. Yes.
who can't afford cars, you know.
USPS refusing to mail
Yes.
ballots and all. Yeah. All that. Yes. Yeah. They're going to use every tool. Um, I don't know. What else? What's good? What are you looking forward to? What are you
I'm looking forward to getting better,
Yeah,
quite honestly.
I mean, how are your
I
walks
am.
going? How does it feel? I mean, it's
That's
maybe probably
fine.
you're
Well,
still
I must say, they, I have no, I mean, I have some soreness
sure,
at
of
the
course.
where it was done,
Yes.
but no, I mean, I hesitate to feel this is
Sure, it's
permanent,
very
but
early, but
I have not had the pains in my legs.
yeah.
I've spoken to other people who've said the same thing. So
Yeah,
we'll
very
just see.
good.
I won't.
Yeah.
I have probably another week or so before I start doing proper, physical therapy at a
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
near here. So I'm kind of looking forward to that to see
Right.
what
Yeah.
kind of
And
exercising
so
I
yeah,
can
you
do.
don't it's a new place. These aren't people you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because no, it's a new place because it's up here
Yeah.
there seems to be a chain called Access, and
Uh
they're
huh.
associated with a hospital called
Sure.
Montefiore, which is a very good hospital.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have sent them my prescription, and they then
Yeah.
will do an intake.
Yeah.
And I mean, the place I have had been going to in the city, I'm very fond of the people there.
Yeah.
And I did when I was going out to Montauk. I mean, if you're lucky, you get um, a place where I mean, they are inevitably young people. They're dedicated. They know what they're doing, and they have a sense of humor. And
Yes.
you just build good relationships, so you enjoy
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
I've actually no. I've had very good experiences with physical therapy. So I have
Yeah.
nothing good but good things to say about it.
Yeah.
Good. Are you reading anything? Watching anything?
Um, I'm okay. Um, I'm reading the second in a series of recently written crime thrillers featuring a judge in 1901
Huh.
and the law courts, basically the law courts in London,
Uh
which
huh.
are kind of almost a private club.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's anyway, they're very well written, they're very funny.
Uh huh.
And you won't believe this. The woman who writes them, I looked her up. She's about my age, and she's been a judge all her life.
Uh huh.
So she's
Yeah.
doing this as in her
Yeah.
retirement.
Yeah.
And I sent an email to her agent,
Uh huh.
and I said, you know, I have a lot of time now, so I'm reading books much more quickly. So I know I've got only two more of yours to read. So I hope you're writing them. I hope you're writing them very quickly.
Absolutely. Yes.
And
Yeah.
I got an email back the next day. It was
Oh
really
wow.
yeah, yeah. And she said, "Oh, my husband's a cardiologist, and he has a very bad back, and I look after him
Uh.
too.
Yeah.
And thank you. I don't. thank you for what you said. I enjoy my fans or something like that."
Yeah.
And then she'd obviously looked me up. She said, "Because I'm going to go and buy Seeing Slowly now and
Oh
read it."
wow. Oh. Huh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So it
No.
was kind of nice. So I've been reading that, and
Yes.
um, oh yes. So I don't think it's Netflix, but it's called Anno 1790, the year 1790.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Swedish,
Yes.
and it's on the well, Sweden was a little bit after France with the French with the revolution. So the France has had the revolution. Sweden hasn't,
Right. Right.
but the court is full of spies,
Huh.
and
Yeah.
there's a guy back from the war who has been reluctantly made the chief of police, and of
Huh.
course, he's on the side of the good people.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
costume, the atmosphere, I find very. I don't usually watch, costume dramas.
Right.
Maybe because it's Swedish, they've done very, very well.
Huh.
Acting is very, very good.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying it. Also, there is a French series called The Art of the Crime. And
Yeah.
it's a bit cheesy, but every episode revolves around a a pretty well-known classical painting,
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which is actually seen in situ because they film in the Louvre and other places. So
Yes.
it's not like they
Huh.
faked it up.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And the art historian woman, who's the heroine type, at some point always has a conversation with the artist,
Right.
like with Angra or whoever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
sounds really bad, but
Yeah. Right. No. Sure.
it's quite interesting. And
Yeah.
if it was in English, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Right. No. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why that does make a difference. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
um, So you going out now? You going out and
I
about?
am. Yeah, no, there's a folk punk band, an artist who plays. They're originally from this area, but they've moved to New Orleans. But they play. There are pockets of the West Coast. They play like they talked about. I read an interview with them, and they talk about the pockets of the West Coast where people keep those old time traditions. And so when people say, you play Appalachian music, they're like, yes, but it's West Coast. It's a real West Coast tradition. And so even though now they're in New Orleans, but it is a Eugene, Oregon, like mountain people, like real mountain people, but the mountains of
You mean
Oregon.
bluegrass, like
Like, yeah, no, like
bluegrass,
bluegrass, like folk, Americana, like those kinds of instruments, those kinds of,
Celtic too,
yeah,
Celtic.
sure, yes, no,
Yeah,
with fiddles and with,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But also mixed with punk and mixed with, so no, yeah, I'm looking
That's
forward.
great.
Yeah, no, looking forward to that. And then yeah, no, just a regular work week. Yeah,
Okay.
cool, cool, cool. All right,
All right. I'm gonna take a nap. You have a great
absolutely.
day.
Yeah, I'll probably take a nap too. All right, talk to you later.
I
I
love
love you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.